They're in bed with your governor, the state. So now your church and state are not.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
anymore.
say. The separation between church and state is supposed to be.
Well, that came from President Bush when he created the faith-based initiative.
Yeah.
It put them in bed together. So why do you think they hold political debates at churches? They hold town hall meetings at churches. Where politicians, because politicians should never speak in a church.
That's crazy.
So, but we ain't got this game, homie. So we picking with the police, and the police saying, well, God, your leaders are sending all the money through here by way of public safety, crime prevention, and crime intervention.
Yeah.
So listen to these terms that I'm using. Public safety, crime prevention, and crime intervention.
Yeah.
So all of us is trying to get funding and help our communities. Most of the people trying to really help the black community is poor. Most of the ones with the money that's helping don't have nobody in the middle nor at the bottom that they can trust to really go down there and help without them getting played on. Because 95% of the money that's given to organizations, whether that's the Goodwill, the Boys and Girls Club, 95% of that money goes on keeping the lights on, paying your salary, buying furniture, lunch meetings, and actually maybe 5 to 10% is actually goes to really helping some, going to the cause.
Yeah.
So understanding that you have to have leaders that stand in the gap, homie. They got to go get that money, because if you don't have your people going to go get the money from the police department pick the people they want to get the money to.
So then, okay, I got a lot of questions now, right?
Yeah.
Because our political leaders know this, right?
Yeah, they know this.
So why aren't they teaching people, black people specifically, that are in these underserved communities how to go get the money? A. B, why are they saying defund the police instead of work with the police?
That's ignorance.
And then C, how come our community leaders, aka church members or pastors, aren't giving this information out to the people so that they can then go about building better relationships and then ultimately creating a better environment for the people that they serve, supposedly?
Because the people that you vote into office rely on the uninformed voter.
Yeah.
The less you know, the more they gain. Most of the people who need this information are seeking the money and not the information.
Yeah.
So they become frustrated with not having the money. I was so foolish and dumb, homie. I was seeking the knowledge and information. So I stole this information.
Wait. Say that again. You said you were so foolish and dumb. You were seeking the knowledge and information.
I never took the money. I never applied for a grant. I infiltrated our local government. I infiltrated the Republican Party of Texas. I infiltrated the police department. I infiltrated these people, homie, for information. I went from the bottom to having meetings with top brass, deputy chiefs, the chief of police, the mayor, city council members, the sheriff, and I did that seeking information and knowledge, right? I wanted to see if today's white people was really racist. I wanted to see if black people really love black people. I wanted to see if gangsters and gangbangers and killers was really as bad as they say they were. So I done tested and tried everybody. But before I came to the internet with the rappers and the gangsters and the gangbangers, I started with my local politician, then the governor. I had the governor's wife block me. So that's how I ended up. Nah, homie. So because I never would take the money that they would. Nobody could ever figure out what I wanted. So they thought I had to be crazy.
Did they ever ask you what you wanted?
Yeah, all the time. I've been offered the world. But I never took the money because I got the old teaching me, homie.
Yeah.
I got that old in my ear. So I bragged about stole all this knowledge. I stole all, man. This 501c3 knowledge. See, black people is running around this mother island that the revolution would not be televised. They're lying mother. The phones is televising the revolution.
Yeah.
Go read this book written by the Jewish Council called The Revolution Will Not Be Funded.
I heard about that book.
The revolution would not be funded. This motherfucker televised every day. We televised it.
Yeah.
It would not be funded. Most of the people that really got the heart to help black people in the ghettos and the hoods, homie, they don't have the financial means to do it. They just have the heart's desire to do it. So what happens is when they finally get this knowledge that I got and they end up downtown, well, guess what? They downtown with these politicians and other people, but they poor.
Yeah.
So the revolution will not be funded breaks down why the nonprofit industrial complex was even created, to control and hinder social movements. Nonprofits wasn't created to really help people, as well as funnel rich people money for taxes.
Yeah.
It wasn't created to really help people. The book break that down.
Say, what's the name of the book again?
The revolution will not be funded. Shout out to they wrote it, the game they put down.
Why did they make that information public?
It wasn't. It's really not public. I got it from one of the most powerful organizations in the United States of America, and he was the executive director at the time of the Annie Casey Foundation. Guy by the name of Bart LeBeau. I worked with his wife and his family in the fight to change juvenile life without parole, and so I was traveling around the country. I had been through New Orleans working. I stopped through Baton Rouge, and I stayed at their house for like 2 days. And prior to leaving, he gave me that book to read, and it changed my life. And because I thought it was about getting the grants, seeking donations and sponsorships, corporate sponsorships. I thought it was all about getting money from Walmart, having Nike. No, they control you.
Yeah.
You say something they don't like, they take the money, then what? And so I met a Jewish woman out of Baltimore. I won't say her name because she's a very powerful attorney. But she told me, Charleston, nobody's gonna give you no money. Nobody's gonna help fund you to help your people if your people don't give in to you. They're your constituents. Mm-hmm. So you have to figure out a way to make my organization, Hyped About Hype Youth Outreach, to be self-sustainable. So I was willing to sell weed to help take care of kids. At one point in time, I sold barbecue and ecstasy pills. They were bull ecstasy pills that pressed up. But hey, all that money went back to the community. Yeah, I was sleep in the car sometime to keep the barbecue pit going 24 hours, so it can be hot in the morning. Go home, take a shower, bathe, and come right back. Yeah.
That's crazy, see. But that's a part of the story that's not told.
I got the old on me. It wasn't always like that. For a long time, it was about going to meetings and lunches, sitting down with politicians, trying to get their funding to go back to the community and still be poor and broke and can't help your people. Figure out how to get money from my people. The old would preach. Got it. Black people are the only people that wake up in America and don't have nothing to sell to black people. Everybody else wake up every day with something to sell to us, homie. Every mother opening up something to sell to us. Why you ain't got nothing to sell to your people?